Hello my loves. I have wanted physical copies of some of my favourite fan fictions for a really long time, and not just fan fiction but also like some older stories, shorter novels that are on like Project Gutenberg, for example, that are just in public domain, but it's kind of more difficult to get physical copies of them. For my birthday, which was at this point nearly 2 months ago, I got a load of stuff to be able to hand bind books, and I just haven't really had the time or energy to do it, but I have a week off work and I thought, why not show everyone my experience of this, because I will probably absolutely fail at this, but it'll be a fun learning experience, right? So I have watched a few videos of other people doing this, but admittedly it was quite a long time ago now and I don't really remember how to do it. We'll watch some more videos. I'm gonna watch videos at each part. I'm not gonna watch a whole tutorial because I won't take it all in. I'm gonna start with one of the shorter, like, old books, because I think it'll be like 100 pages or less, and if I mess that up I don't really care as much compared to if I do, because the ultimate goal here is to have physical copies of All the Young Dudes, which is the equivalent of 3 full-length novels, and I don't want to mess that up. So we're gonna do a trial run with a very old vampire story called Wake Not the Dead, which is really genuinely very good and really made me laugh the first time I ever read it. We're gonna start with that because it's short, and if that goes well then we'll move on to other longer things. I'm not going to pretend that this is going to be a tutorial by any means. I would not encourage you to follow what I'm doing here because I'm just figuring this out as I go along. But I do know, if you do want to do this, the first step is to obviously get your text. If it's like a really popular fan fiction, there will probably already be typeset versions of it that you can find online if people have kindly done that. I might have a typeset All the Young Dudes. I can't remember if I have one or not. If not, I already made an ebook formatted version of it myself, of at least volume 1. So I'm hoping that means it won't take as long to do it for print. But you can't just print a PDF like as you normally would. You need to like format it in a certain way and set it to print a certain way in like the page order. So as far as I'm aware, you just need the plain text. So if you are doing a fan fiction, go to AO3. If you read somewhere else, I don't know how to do this, and you just download the HTML for the whole thing and that'll just be plain text. Because I'm doing this, Wake Not the Dead, I just have, oh, you can't see that at all. I just have this is Project Gutenberg, which if you don't know is a website that just has loads of free public domain text just on it that you can read, but they are literally just blocks of text. So I'm just going to copy and paste this whole thing and then watch a video on how to typeset it. No, what's happening? Wait, what? So I knew this was going to be short and that was why I was doing it first as like a test run, but I didn't realize quite how short it was going to be. At the moment it's 25 pages. Okay, so it turns out I'm an idiot and I hadn't set the pages up properly. They weren't on the book fold format, which you need to do. So I thought I had like 20 pages. I actually have like 50 something pages. So I think that will be okay, right? That should be okay. I feel like the text is too big already. Okay, this is trial and error. This is just first go for exactly this reason, so that's okay. It worked. I'm pretty sure it worked. All I need to do now is work out how they go together. I think I understand, but I'm also a bit confused. Where does this go? What have I done? This is page 2. What? Hello? Okay. What? Yeah, I just can't do maths. I'm getting it now. Now would probably be a good time to remind myself of what to do. As far as I remember, you just fold all of these ready to punch the holes in them. I should probably check. I'm just gonna do it and we'll see. If I mess it up, whatever. Excuse me? So the next part would be the sewing and the putting holes in it. I have a variety of spiky things. I'm gonna watch some videos. So basically I'm now more confused than ever. This looks like it's like 22 centimeters. I don't really know what that means though. Like, so you have to, I think, or you want to have your holes evenly spaced throughout. How the fuck do I work that out? Oh, I did it. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if they're the straightest, but we have all the lines for punching the holes.
Length at a time. Otherwise, more than that just becomes really tangled and unmanageable. It's okay to run out of thread while you're stitching your book.
The video I just watched was incredibly helpful. It hasn't looked that difficult, and obviously I've only got, 5 signatures, so I don't think this is gonna take me very long. So I am gonna sew it now. I don't know if I'm gonna glue today. I think I need to look more into how to actually make the cover. The cover is the part that scares me the most. It's like the measurements for it and stuff. Like, I'm just 100% sure I'm gonna mess that up. I might just avoid doing the cover and the bit I'm scared of most, and think on that more. And in the meantime, then I can repeat this process that I now know with all the young dudes while I'm thinking of and avoiding the cover. That is my plan for now. I'm beginning to think that these holes were not even. Good morning. I did finish sewing yesterday. I did not do anything else with it. I did not glue it or anything. Even though I wasn't physically doing any binding, it was all I could think about last night. I was just sat all evening planning, thinking, organizing what I was gonna do. And I think I have a few options now. So I watched a few other videos of people covering their hardbacks that they'd made without those machines that cut out things for you, like stickers or vinyl, because I don't have one of those and I'm not going to buy one just for this. The two things I've settled on are, one person used like fabric and then transfer paper, like heat transfer paper that you would use to make like shit t-shirts or something, and then someone else like designed a cover and then got it sent to like an actual print shop, so it was on good quality paper. It was all high res and everything. Now, I was reluctant to do anything like that because I thought paper probably wouldn't hold up very well, but I feel like if you're using the high quality, like thicker stuff that they would actually do in a print shop and maybe sprayed it with some like vinyl or whatever it is that would finish it, that might be an idea. Because my issue is I don't actually even know what I want the cover to look like. I need to kind of decide that, and then I'll know whether to do the heat transfer or the printing. I essentially have just ordered a load of shit off Amazon. And before you say, Nikki, in a recent video, weren't you just complaining about how much you hate Amazon? Yeah, I was, but come on, like in the world that we live in, it's very hard not to shop from Amazon sometimes. And I know people are gonna say, there's so many different options. I'm also really impatient and wanted this stuff to arrive today so I could keep doing it. So I'm aware that I'm a hypocrite. I'm aware. It's fine. I don't know when all of that stuff's going to be arriving. It will be arriving at some point today. But my plan is, because I can't do anything with the cover for Wake Not the Dead anyway, I'm going to get started on all the young dudes. I'm just going to do it. I feel like I've learned enough to know what to do to make it the way I want it. So the typesetting is already like 90% done because I've already made an ebook out of it. So I just need to make it look a little bit nicer and reorganize things a little bit and get all the pages set up properly. And then that will be done. So that won't take too long. This is just for volume 1. I still need to do volume 2 and 3. Those will take some time, but volume 1 will be done. So I can do that, get started on making the signatures, sewing that and everything, and then I'm imagining that's going to take me a while because this is going to be like 500 pages. And then tomorrow we can, I mean, if I get all of that done today, tomorrow or the day after, we can get started on cover stuff. That is the plan for now, but we'll see. Okay, that took a lot longer than I was expecting. Also, I have no idea if you can hear my printer right now or not. You probably can. Anyway, when I had formatted it as an ebook, I hadn't done section breaks for everything. I'd just done page breaks, which meant I had to go and delete every single one for the beginning of every chapter. So like the spacing and the page numbers and all of that would work properly. So that took a while. Then my printer just decided it wasn't gonna load paper for some reason, so it is currently printing. I wanted to do like a test and just print some of it to see what it looked like, because the margins are different to what I did with this. The font size is much smaller as well, because I thought this was quite big, and otherwise it was going to be massive. It was going to be so many pages if I kept it the same size. So I'm just hoping it looks okay, because I couldn't test that. I couldn't just print some of it. Okay, I think it looks alright. It looks good. It looks like it should. So now I just need to remember everything that comes out of the printer goes face down. Working out how many signatures to do, like the number of pages I have was so awkward for like the multiples of 4 that obviously you have to do, because it's 4 pages per sheet of paper. So it's something ridiculous, like I have 31 signatures, because all of the other options I could have picked for like how many sheets in a signature, it was just too much of a gap that the last or whatever signature it was would have been tiny, and I couldn't be bothered to do more maths than I needed to, so I'm just gonna have to do a lot of folding and sewing. Guess what I did? Printed so many pages and I forgot to put it on print on both sides. I was so confused. I was like looking at the page numbers and I was like, how is this gonna work? These aren't gonna fit together. Why is there just this blank page? It's all single. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Jesus Christ. We are finally done printing, and oh my god. That doesn't look like that much, but it is. My printer ran out of paper 4 times. It's already nearly like 3:30. I started printing this, I think, at like 1:30. That took way longer than I expected. Also, I was just rewatching one of the videos that was like the whole process of someone hand binding a different fic, and they said that all the other videos that they'd watched, everyone folded the pages individually, which I obviously didn't do with my little prototype, and that just seems like it would take forever to fold each page individually. But with the inconsistencies and like slightly offness of Wake Not the Dead, I'm thinking I might do that. Yeah, I'll fold them all individually. Oh my god, this is gonna take so long. Don't even think I'll be sewing today at this rate, but we'll see how much I can get done. Doing this page by page is not actually anywhere near as bad as I was expecting it to be. Like, yeah, my shoulders are hurting a bit already, my back hurts from sitting like this, but I'm already nearly like halfway through, and I don't think I've actually been doing that long, so I still don't think I'm going to be sewing tonight, but I am glad that this is not taking anywhere near as long as I was expecting it to. Good morning. So I did finish folding everything last night. We have something that is actually resembling a book, which is really exciting. I didn't end up sewing it last night because I just knew I'd start doing it and then not want to finish doing it, and I didn't want to stop halfway through. We need to punch holes and sew, and then we can glue. I'm gonna try and be really, really careful with punching holes to make them quite small. This is the smallest hole punch thing that I have, I think this is the thinnest one, but I pushed it through quite a lot last time, which I don't think I really needed to. I think if I just push it through a tiny amount, I'll be able to use the thinner string for it, because on this boy, I think the thickest thread is going to be too thick. I might just go over the folds, now they're all in signatures, to check it's nice and crisp, and then yeah, we'll start actually getting this assembled together. All holes have been punched. No idea if you can actually see that or not. Maddie Tales, thank you so much for your video and showing you making a little guide for where to punch the holes, because there was some that I had just missed. The pencil hadn't got on when I was marking all the lines for where to punch the holes, and having this meant I could still punch them. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Now, I need to sew. I don't want to sew. It looks so good at the moment. It looks so much like a book. My shitty sewing skills are gonna ruin it. I just know they are. Gonna be brave, gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna look amazing and nothing's gonna go wrong. And I'll be so proud of myself afterwards. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Don't want to. Does anyone else get it where their hands just don't do what their brain tells them to do? I said in this video, the tension and all of that, it's just something you learn as you go. And now this is a really helpful video. Don't get me wrong, very helpful video. But I hate it when anything that's sewing related, crochet related, they always say that. And I don't learn as I go. In fact, I just continue to be confused. I mean, this looks okay. It doesn't look too loose, and it certainly looks better than it did with the thicker thread. What the fuck's happened here? Okay, there we go. I am stressed. Dude, this is, I'm not joking, potentially one of the most frustrating things I have ever done in my life. It's like this thread's sole goal in life in existence, I guess, because it's not alive, is to piss me off. How? No, like that. Okay. I was being dramatic. Every time I romanticize the Victorian period in the future, can someone just remind me how much I fucking hate sewing? Good morning, in what potentially might be the final day of me on this hand binding journey. I finished sewing last night. Ignore the fact that I had to use like 3 different colours of thread. It would have looked a lot nicer if it was all the same colour, but I ran out. So yeah, it's neater than I was expecting it to be. However, there are already some things that I can see that like aren't perfect. For example, the like tightness of the stitches at the top somehow just accidentally is a lot tighter than at the bottom. So the bottom like fans out a little bit more, but I'm hoping when I glue it and press it, that will kind of be negated. I'm hoping. I don't really know why I didn't glue this last night. I could have glued it last night, left it, and it would have been finished by this morning, like drying. Gonna glue it now. I think you just press it, glue it, put some cloth on, put glue over the cloth as well, and then just leave it to dry, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I won't be able to finish this today because I'm not going to be able to make the design for the cover without being able to measure everything first, and I'm not going to be able to do that till it's finished gluing. So, yeah. There she is. Yeah, so this thing, generally it's really irritating to use, so I would not recommend it. You glue the top of it, right? And then you put the cloth on. Let me cut the cloth first. Do you need to go like all the way to the edges? That's what I'm not sure on. Maybe I should have watched more than one person do this. So some people have the cloth just on the spine. Some people have it extending over. I've not left this poking out enough to have it extend over that much. I might come over the side a little bit. Like obviously I don't have much room anyway. So yeah, I'll come over the side a little bit. Sure, fuck it, why not? Let's do that. Okay, all right. Cloth cut. Everywhere is very conflicting on like the amount of glue to use. Oh, this glue's weird. Oh, it's really weird. It moves like it's a thing. Yeah, some places say, like, people say, like, don't use too much. That was definitely not enough. They'll say, like, don't use too much, but then also that you need to use enough. This glue is really weird. It's like a little alien. It's like moving. There's no like universal thing of how much is too much or how much is not enough. That doesn't look like enough. I don't want to put on too much. But that doesn't seem like enough. Is that enough? That really does not look like anywhere near enough glue. I don't want to ruin it. Does this stick? Kind of. Oh, it's not very sticky. Put more glue on over this to make sure this sticks down. Oh, there's a dog hair in it. Oh, no, I think she's working. She's working. She's glued. Look at that. I don't know if you can even see the fabric, but she's glued. I'm gonna leave her for, I don't know when she suddenly became a her, but that's just what's happened. I'm gonna leave her for a good few hours. I don't really know how long. I'm gonna leave it for a few hours. 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know. And then I guess do the measurements. For the hard backboard thing, I'll cut that out, and I need to think about the design. I vaguely know what I want to do, but I feel like I can't start designing it until I know the actual size, because then I'll just have to resize everything and that's going to be annoying. There's a lot of covers of fanfics that look like Penguin Classics, and that's what the ebook that I have is like a Penguin Classic style one. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna do that. I just want it to look simple. And also, when I send it to Ryman's to be printed, I don't want them to judge me. If I do something like that, they're less likely to know, unless they've also read it, in which case they won't judge me, so that's fine. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do, just leave it to dry, I guess. Go do something else. Hello. So, I was really shit filming yesterday, like really shit. Where we're at the moment, just to bring you up to speed, right? Our book currently is preparing to have end pages glued into it because I realized I didn't actually do that and I need to do that to attach the hardcover. We're not trimming the text block just because the guillotine I had was shit. It did not work. It said heavy duty, it was not heavy duty, it lied. So we're just not trimming it. The backing is made, it's cloth covered, and I fully designed a dust jacket to be printed. In the end, I was going to print the cover and like glue it on, but my local Ryman's only prints as big as A3 and it needed to be bigger than A3, like width-wise. It was too long for it to be printed on there, so I thought, well, fuck it, I may as well just make a whole thing. It would be easier to make a dust jacket than try and make a thing and like print it and fold it around, and I just want it somewhat done soon. So I still wrapped it in red cloth and I spent hours yesterday on Canva getting the dimensions right and getting things in exactly the right places. The only downside with that is I have to wait probably about a week for that to arrive. So as soon as that arrives, I'll show you guys the finished project. But today, it is going to be pretty much done for the most part because the end pages are what is going to be gluing the back to the text block, and that's all I need to do. So, and then obviously leave it to dry. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now. Well, we're going to stick these to the actual text block first, leave them to dry for a bit, and then we'll actually stick the cover on. Was I supposed to glue this on before the spine? No, I think I was, right? It wasn't supposed to have the fabric on it. I think it's supposed to go on now to cover all of that up. And then you glue that to that. So we literally only want like the tiniest bit of glue on there. I kind of wish I had a smaller brush, but I, alas, do not. I'm willfully unprepared. Oh, this brush is shit. Now, you might be able to see, I don't know if you can, this book is not exactly flat, it is kind of wonk. I don't think I'm actually going to apply any pressure to it because I actually don't want to damage the spine in any way now it's glued. I'm just going to leave this on top to hold it in place while the glue sets. I'm probably only going to leave that for like an hour or so because it wasn't very much glue and it's only on a few little bits. So that shouldn't take too long to dry. And then we can stick the actual hardcover to it. This is it finished. I don't think I showed you. It's just very basic, like suede effect, red fabric. I don't know entirely how long it's been, but I think I have left this long enough now. So we're gonna do the final step. We're gonna attach everything. It's gonna be a fucking book. It's gonna be great. So one of the end papers I really did not glue on that evenly. The back one's fine. We're gonna stick it. We're gonna stick the case on and hope we don't fuck it up. So parchment paper is going back inside, but this time going in between the end pages to protect them, because I'm imagining that some glue is definitely gonna seep through and we don't want that to stick together. The way I've seen other people do this is they get their textbook, put the spine in where they want it. I'm actually going to take these out for a moment because they are obscuring my view, and line it up with how they want it. Right? Okay, that's not actually in properly. It doesn't seem like it's in properly, but it is. I think it's just because when I pressed this, it was obviously not with the extra pages of the card, so it looks like it's sticking up, but I think it'll be fine once it's glued and pressed. Have it in like this. The overhang all looks fine everywhere. And then lay it on its spine. Open it like that, I think. And then you glue this back page and then lift this over and stick it down, and then do the same on the other side. Parchment paper going back in. We want like a nice even spread, but I don't think I want too much glue because I don't want it to like all seep through. This glue also actually dries pretty quickly, which can be a bit of a problem when you're spreading it because it gets quite tacky very quickly. It's like quite hard to spread, but yeah, I definitely need more in the middle. I want to make sure that's gone all the way to the edges. I think that's fine, but I have accidentally moved the book a bit. In terms of spine, is that okay? Overhang, still okay? Yes. Yeah, that's fine. Seems stuck. There is some glue coming out, so that's fine. Parchment paper should just peel off okay. Again, protect the inner page. I think it might actually be the brush that is making it uneven, honestly, because once the brush is like pretty coated in glue, it actually goes on okay. Because yeah, now this side looks like it has way too much glue on. It's almost like, to begin with, it's like absorbing the glue. Oh shit. That looks like it has way too much glue on it, but we're just going to, again, just press that down. And then I'm just going to put it back in the press for probably, honestly, the rest of the evening. We're just gonna leave it in there and hope it looks okay. I'm finally going to clean up the table now because it's a mess. There is so much stuff everywhere. Please ignore everything about the way I look, the bad lighting, all of this. It's my day off. I've been rowing all day. Okay. It's like nearly a week later, maybe a whole week later. I don't really know. I just got a notification on my phone that I'm the next stop for my custom printed dust jacket, and I am so excited. It has arrived. I'm gonna move you to the kitchen where we can see it better, and we're gonna really hope and pray that this is the right size. Also, hang on, let me turn my dishwasher off for a sec. This being the right size is completely dependent on Canva's like rulers being accurate, because I spent fucking ages on Canva setting up grid lines and stuff to make sure it would be the right size. So if it is not the right size, it is not my fault. I don't know why I'm so nervous. Oh my god, it's also the wrong way. Oh my god, it looks perfect. Also, the text is way too big. Like, way too big. But look at this. It looks like an actual book, right? I'm just gonna, like, gently, without creasing it, hopefully, re-roll it the other way. If this is perfect, I'm leaving such a good review. I'm gonna tell everyone that trade print is amazing. There is some like white line around the top, but to be honest, that could also be my own fault for not putting things correctly. But if this is perfect, I'm doing this every time. Yes, this was like £13 just for this. I don't know how much money I've spent on the rest of it, but given that a regular hardback would be like, I don't know, like 20 quid. You know, if you even out how much money I spent on all of the other stuff, given that I can use it for other projects as well, I think that's fair. Right, I have bone folder as well, because I feel like I might need to fold down the edges a little bit. Yeah, this bit here, it's almost like it's got printed a bit wonky. Like, just there. It's like it's a bit wonky, but look how cute it is. If anyone's wondering, and I can't remember if I've said this already, because like I said, it's been like a week ago now, but if you're wanting to ever make like what looks like a penguin classic, or you just want nice art for your covers, but you are not an artist, and you don't want to use AI, I can't remember the website, it was like the Art Archive or something. I'll put a link. There's loads of free domain art on there, so you can just take off and use it. I think most of it said you can actually use it for anything. Obviously, I'm just using this for personal use, but it looks really nice. Let's assemble. Laying it, actually, and getting like the folds right is probably going to be difficult. So yeah, I don't think it's been printed wonky. I think it just hasn't been trimmed properly at the top, which I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna fold it in half and slide it in to try and get it in the right place. And we can hopefully get some folds going. Okay, this is more difficult than I was expecting it to be, just to get it in the right place. Spine looks good, but just gently fold that. I mean, I'm just making this up as I go along. Just gonna gently fold this over. Obviously you don't want it too folded, but you want it to maintain its place. I just want like a suggestion of shape more than anything. Yes, like that. Because then I can go in with this and just kind of define it without properly folding it. The spine I'm not really going to worry about too much, because that will just do its own thing. But yeah, these ends I just want to define a little bit so they stay. And then we place book back in. You are the right way around, yes. Oh my god, it is maybe slightly too big. I did have to very much guess how long to make it. That was the main thing. So I mean, really, I could have done the folds a bit further down, but this is fucking awesome. Look at my book. I'm so fucking happy. I've been waiting for this all week, and the tracking wasn't working properly. Also, I'm very high energy today. I haven't spoken to anyone all day. I slept well. I've had a day of doing very little, so apologies, but I'm so fucking happy. I can't wait to do the rest of them. I cannot wait to bind the rest of them. I probably won't film that process, me binding, because there's 2 more volumes of this. I probably won't film that, but, you know, unless anyone's particularly interested in it, in which case I might. It was a success. I hope this has been helpful for anyone who does not have access to, like, I don't know what they're called. Is it a Cricut? A Cricut? I don't know what they're called, the machines that cut things out and do foil. I hope this is helpful for people who don't have access to them, or who are not artistic themselves, to be able to paint something on a book. Just get something printed, design something yourself, make a dust jacket. That is it for my first foray into bookbinding. I hope this has been enjoyable, watching my struggles, my overthinking, my stress. And if you've watched the whole thing to come out the other end with it with me, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you feel the same sense of of pride and accomplishment that I do. I hope wherever you are, you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.